Early today, security forces deployed heavily at the Forum for Democratic Change offices in Najjanankumbi before the party leader, Patrick Amuriat, arrived to prepare for his nomination. No one was allowed to enter or leave the FDC offices in anticipation that a procession was going to start from Najjanankumbi to Kyambogo. A man wearing overalls similar to those used by the army was asked to leave.
What's the problem? They chase me away, you go. Where? Because of what?
He was later arrested and taken to a nearby police post. He kept crying for help, prompting journalists to find out what was happening inside.
What is happening there?
Let's respect this. Please. There's nothing like torture here.
You're beating someone. You're beating someone.
We respect please, bro. This is the station. Let's respect our.
Later, the leader of opposition Betty Awol Ochan arrived and tried to access the police post after reports that the man who had been arrested was being tortured at the police post. However, she was barred by the police from accessing the post.
I'm walking to go and see one of us who has been hacked by the police. Because here in Uganda, power is with the guns.
At around 9:30 a.m., FDC presidential hopeful arrived in a saloon car and asked for access to his office to pick his nomination papers to be delivered to Kyambogo.
All I can see is police here all over the place. I do not know what to expect. For me, I am here to pick my papers and head straight for the nomination.
After a while, police arrested Amuriat as he walked out of the car to their sealed-off office. A scuffle ensued before Amuriat was bundled into a police saloon car.
Okay. You are taking me forward. You are hurting me. You are hurting me. Don't fight me. You are hurting me.
Mic check one, two. Mic check one, two. Mic check one, two. Mic check one, two. Mic check one, two.
You ready?
He was later driven to Kyambogo by police. We spoke to his personal assistant, who was first held at Katwe police station.
We were arrested early in the morning today at around 8 on hour when we had just reached Najjanankumbi, waiting for the prayers, which was on the first on the program before we head for the nomination.
A shabby-looking Amuriat finally arrived in Kyambogo without his shoes, 2 hours before his allotted nomination time, which was midday. After nomination, Amuriat first refused to be directed to his home after reaching Najeera.
This is a route designed for you. You pass here.
Why?
You pass here.
Free Ugandan?
This is the route that you're supposed to take.
You know you're a nuisance. Very violent
First there.
policeman. How do you force me to go to my home? I don't want to go to my home.
He later complied, but still made another stopover at the junction to Najeera from Najeera. There he told police he wanted to go to town.
Honorable, can we continue? Yeah, but let's continue.
FDC Secretary General and others convinced Amuriat to go home. At the junction to his home, he again stopped and said he wanted to go for a haircut. After a few minutes, he complied and was driven home, from where he narrated his ordeal to the media.
I was brutalized. Up to now, I do not know where my shoes are. I had to do one of the most degrading things. Walk on my bare foot to go to an important function.
With his first taste of humiliation, Amuriat vowed not to relent as the presidential campaign gets underway.
We continue fighting. we are undeterred by what has happened to me today. This is a common story that is always told. We have had our comrades killed, maimed. Many have gone to prison for this cause.
Later on, the situation normalized around Spear Motors checkpoint, but there is still heavy deployment. And some critics are saying this was a precursor of what you should expect of the first ever scientific election in Uganda, as the police and the opposition engage in running battles. Sudhir Yaruhanga, NTV.